What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be doing a gameplay with the new Galaxy Opal Bill Russell card. So this is a new card that came out today, and for some reason Bill Russell is a small forward. Before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 200,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Big thank you guys for 90,000 as well. And honestly, we are, again, we're only a couple of hundred away from hitting 91,000, so it's looking like we're going to be able to get to 200 in a couple of weeks, which would be absolutely insane. So big thank you guys for all the support, and also video number 4 today, so if you guys could leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. But anyway, Bill Russell is a 6'10 small forward, so he's actually got pretty good height for that position. There's a couple of there's 2 7-foot small forwards, I think. There's a couple of 6'11 small forwards, and then 6'10 is still pretty tall. Also, Bill Russell obviously has a quite big wingspan. So the team we're running with is, we've got kind of a defensive minded team around Bill Russell, because realistically, the goal is we're going to be running most of our offense through Russell in this game. And then off the bench, we have got our probably best offensive squad. This guy does not have the greatest account in the world, but you know what? He got Bill Russell, so I'm thankful he let me use it. I'm very confident that I can use these players. Well, I wasn't that confident in Dennis Johnson. I'm very confident I can use the rest of these players to win games. But, Bill Russell. 53 Hall of Fame badges and 16 goals, so 69 total badges. Has HOF, quick draw, HOF range. Honestly, he's got, in my opinion, every badge really necessary. Like, he's got enough badges that he can be a guard. He's got enough badges that he can be a power forward if needed. And he's got perfect defensive stats, basically. And apart from, like, ball handling and passing, which don't matter that much as long as it's ball handle above 86, he's got basically perfect in every other stat. So, again, I honestly don't think that if they end up giving him a GOAT version of this card, it'll be that much better. And I honestly think this will probably be better than the GOAT version, because the GOAT version probably is just going to be a center. I'm still very confident that GOAT Bill Russell is coming out. I'm like 80% certain. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. So now we're going to get on to the hot zones and release for Bill Russell. Then we're going to get on to the game. So Bill Russell, I think he has hot zones everywhere. But his release is, like, I'm greening with it here, but I'm telling you right now, like, it's not a good release. Actually, I just whited 4 in a row. It's Penny Hardaway's release, and it's Reggie Theus's release. Like, I understand, obviously, his name is Bill Russell, so it has a lot more weight to it, and people are going to say it's a lot better of a release. People don't like Penny, mainly because of his release, and people don't tend to like Reggie Theus, mainly because of the release, and it's the exact same release here. So, problem is, it's not terrible off the catch. Like, off the catch, if he's wide open, he'll hit shots. Like, it's not even a timing problem with me. It's just, it's creating your shot that's the problem. So, Bill Russell really, like, obviously he's got the Pro 2 tween, which is quite decent. He's also got a pretty good hop step. Pro 2 is not quite Pro 8. You don't glitch by people like it's Pro 8, but at the same time, if you're going for one between the leg, I think Pro 2 is probably the best. So, obviously, a great hop step. He's overall going to be a good dunker, but the jump shot is just very iffy. So it is definitely something that I would take into account, because, again, if you expect this card, because of his stats, to be out here as your main offensive player, you can't 3-point hunt with him, and heck, you can't even run him off screens for a play. So unless you're trying to run to the basket with him, you can't really do much on offense. And also, he doesn't quite have the behind the back. He's not quite glitchy enough to rim run. That is one thing that I've noticed when I played with him. He's not quite glitchy enough. Obviously, this is a post commentary because my microphone cut out during the live com. But yeah, so really offensively, he's going to struggle a little bit. But anyway, now we're going to get on to the game. So this game right here, I saw he had Kevin Durant. I wanted to beat this guy by 100 points. And because of that, I started off badly. I'm not going to say why I wanted to beat this guy by 100 points, but depending on how big your screen is, you might be able to see why. So this guy was terrible. He was absolutely garbage. But the problem was, this was a Bill Russell gameplay. I think had I just played my normal game, I would have forced this guy to rage quit within 3 minutes. But the problem was is that Bill Russell just can't create his own shot. And it's a sad truth. It is the sad truth about Bill Russell, is that, yeah, against certain opponents you will be able to create a shot. That's a shot that I maybe could have released better. But, like, he is not a guy that you can be running your offense through. And the unfortunate thing is that in gameplay videos, you're always going to run your offense through a player. It's very difficult to do a gameplay video with a player and talk about it as in, oh, this card played good defense, he stopped X, Y, or Z from scoring. Because let's be real, in the gameplay, the only thing you want is points. But Russell, he's not that type of player. He's not. He's a Ben Wallace type player. And for that reason, like, I would say you kind of have to use him like he's a Ben Wallace. You can't use Bill Russell like he's a LeBron James, even though he has the stats of a LeBron James. But he doesn't have the animations. He does not quite have the animations. He doesn't really have anything to separate himself on offense. He feels a little bit clunky with the ball, which again is a little bit of a problem, but it's only a problem if you're trying to run your offense through him, which again is something I would not suggest to do. So Bill Russell, again, everything I was trying to do, he just, in fairness to him, he stopped the three-pointer. He was like double team and triple teaming Russell the whole game. But at some stage we were always going to start to light up a little bit, because as bad as that release is, I've used Penny enough, I've used Theus enough that if I'm open, I'll probably hit that shot. And thankfully in the second quarter we started to get a little bit of a lead. 2K started blessing me, giving me a couple of whites, and from here on out, like, I knew I was 50 points better than this guy, so I was like, look, as soon as I get a lead, I know for a fact I am going to absolutely demolish him. So I wasn't really worried at all. Paul Pierce goes right down, hits the white right there. Suddenly it's a 7-point game. A couple of minutes later, I'm out here flopping because, you know what, that's what I was going to do after every time I made a shot in this game. I wanted to annoy this guy. I wanted to beat him down by as much as possible. And right there, we end up, where do we get to steal? Paul Pierce right here gets to steal. Runs down the court. Kevin McHale wide open. Greens the long two. And just like that, that is all she wrote. So I would have much rather beat this guy by 50 plus, which was, I'm almost certain was going to happen once I found a little bit of a rhythm in this game. I'll take a rage quit. So this is a game of TTO against Luka Doncic, Michael Porter, and Marc Gasol. So a pretty nice team right here. And he was matching up to Michael Porter, who's the same height as him but significantly weaker. So early on in the game, I didn't go to this enough in the 5v5 gameplay, and I wish I did, because he's playing a small forward and it's just bully ball. He's got basically perfect strength. So you can play bully ball. I don't think bully ball works that well in a 5v5 setting, unless you're out here shooting fades, and I don't like shooting fades in this game. I just think they're a little bit inconsistent as we go and hit a 40%. So shooting wise, it wasn't even that we were struggling shooting, because I don't think it was really that much of a problem with my releases. It was the fact that I wasn't shooting any open shots, and it's partially on me and it's partially on the card. Like, he goes and hits a white right there. Like, it's partially on me not being able to, or taking dumb shots, and it's also partially on the card because he's not quite shifty enough to get open very often. But at the same time, that's not the way this card is most effective. Like, he is a very effective card in certain situations, but evidently I didn't show any of those situations. But at least from here on out, we started just playing a little bit better with the card. Like, he couldn't have been much worse in terms of offense, because we started off very, very badly in both of these games, really, in terms of shooting wise with him. But we go through the legs. Through the legs is very, very fast. We hit a Kevin McHale wide open. Great pass right there. Like, Russell, it's a weird card. Like, he does everything well. It's just his animations are just not where they need to be. We go wide open. We hit the 3. And then to end the game right here, I was going to end it on a 3, because I was like, look, at this stage we shot so bad, I kind of owed it to myself to end it on a 3-pointer. We pass fake, Luka goes way past the screen, and we end it on a green. So anyway, that's the video. What are my opinions of Bill Russell? If you want somebody to run your offense through, do not get Bill Russell. Do not get him. If you want a slightly better Ben Wallace, Bill Russell might be for you. If you want a card that you know for a fact is going to be a great defensive card, if you want a card that you know will be able to lock up the other team's best player, will get boards, and will occasionally hit a wide open shot, Bill Russell is fine. However, you can get cards that play this role for 10k MT. I think Bill Russell plays this role better than most, but I just do not think there's much of a use for him in this meta. Because if you're looking at high tier players that play the same role, you're looking at the Paul Georges, you're looking at the Kawhi Leonards of the world, you're looking at those type of guys, he's not even close. He is not even close to those guys. But then when you're on the lower end, you're looking at the Rodman. He's definitely better than Robin. He's probably a little bit better than Ben Wallace. I don't put him ahead of Rocco. Not gonna lie, I don't put him ahead of Rocco, but that is completely subjective. That is all opinion based. But at the same time, it's just a card that I think for his price and the fact you can't really run through him, I wouldn't say he's worth it. But at the same time, if you really want to run Bill Russell, if you're a big Celtics fan, you really want to play with him, you know what? He will always be solid. Like, you will not regret having him on the floor. I just think value-wise, you might regret having him because you can probably get better players for cheaper. But in terms of actual in-game, I don't think you'll ever regret putting him on the floor too much, unless you surround him with cones. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. Bill Russell's account. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Tick-tock, timeless, silence, do roll, mileage, take off, pilot, ready for blast off, get ready for blast off, pilot, go, take off, pilot, already told you I'm a one-on-one, I'm about to bust those summer up.